Wow! Good morning from the Flying Can Ranch at Cedar Creek, Lake, Texas. I did a little teaser yesterday about something I got my hands on, and the first thing I want to say about this thing is a beast. I watched a video last night about it, and that guy called it the beast. I agree with him, it's a beast. So, and then I'm going to do a little bit of comparative with it, so to speak. So, what do we have this morning? This is the Walther Talon Magnum in 177. We're going to come down it, get around here where you can see the end of it, hold it back up here, and we'll talk about this in just a second. We'll go back around this way. We'll spin around, as I always say, pretty much the same story. I'll back up a little bit and go all the way down it, and you can see it. So, again, the Walther Talon Magnum. Now, Walther has got a long-standing history with firearms as well as air guns. They've made some very top-notch, looks like something out of Star Wars type competition, 10-meter air guns. And of course, we all know they make very excellent firearms, and they go way, way back. Now, this particular gun was made from, I believe, 2008 to 2012. And it came in 177, 22, and 25 caliber is what I have found. This particular one is the 177. Now, I'm a little confused because it is a 177, but I looked this up on a couple of sites. You find it 22, they tell you it's the same FPS as the 177. So I'm just going to say with lead pellets, they say it puts out 1,200 feet per second, and with alloy pellets, 1,400 feet per second. The overall length of this particular one is 49 inches. The barrel length is 19.75, and it weighs a pretty good 8.25 pounds. Now, the site says it has a cocking effort of 27 pounds, and I dispute that. I'm guessing it's pretty close to about 45. I don't think this gun was used a lot before I got my hands on it. This was a surprise, an eBay purchase, and I got it for a really, really good price. I'm really surprised at what I got this for. So let's talk about this from end to end. You'll note this, it's a real nice comfort, good rubbery back butt plate right here. Seems like a very solid composite stock. Some real good stippling here, very good stippling down here. Now, you have a safety that when that comes back, it's in fire mode, and when it's forward, it's safe. I don't have it cocked, so I can't pull it back at this time. You do have this rail. Now, it takes to 11 millimeter. It does look like you could put a Weaver type mount on it. We'll move down the line. I'll talk about some stuff. Here is one thing I want to discuss. I think that in fact, I know there was an adjustable rear sight on this. Whoever had it removed it. I did not get it with the gun. It does come with this little muzzle brake with a fiber optic sight. It's not a hooded, but they put a pretty good amount of plastic around it to kind of protect it. This is in very, very good shape. I don't think it was used very much. I swapped the barrel out and it was pretty gunky. I don't even think the barrel was ever cleaned from the manufacturer. I'm not quite sure on that. I'm just speculating. So this is a beast. This thing really does kick. It kicks hard, and I'm going to be using a new pellet. So we'll be reviewing the gun on the shooting review and the pellet. I think those are Game-O Tomahawks. We'll talk about that later. Now, Where did I put that at? I'll show you something. This is originally what I found when it shipped to me as far as a scope. It's a little center point. I'm sure it's a 4x32. I had to walk this thing completely to the far, almost run out of travel left for this to hit, and it didn't really show very good in the sight. I mean, I made it work. I made some really good hits with it, but I wasn't very happy with it. And this does have the little hole back here, so I actually stole this scope and these UTT mounts from another gun I have, and I have a feeling this one's just going to stay on her, and I'll have to buy a replacement for that one. And I put, you know me, I just put a Winchester scope on it, and we're gonna be out about, oh, I don't know, 24 yards off when I do the test shots. But this is it's a heavy gun, and I'm gonna say it's not for the squeamish. You know, you're not gonna spend a day cocking this thing and shoot it, because I'll guarantee you it'll wear you out just cocking it. But it does feel good in the hand. It holds up well. It side pictures well. No, this is not loaded and it's not cocked in any way. So I get a good scene for what I'm doing with this. No problems. Heck, I might even make a separate video where I do it out at 30 yards, because I have no doubt that this gun will carry it. I haven't tried anything like the heavier JSBs or H&Ns in it, but I'm getting pretty good results with what I am going to run through it. So I wanted to share that with you today. It's just something different that kind of came my way. Again, I'm surprised at what I got this for. I probably picked it up for like 80 bucks. It just shocked the heck out of me. It's a very well quality made gun, but one thing I want to point out is it's hard to see this mounting thing. For those that are familiar with hats and air guns, that looks very familiar. I can flip it around, and it's this way. It's the same mounting configuration that Hudson uses on theirs. Same cocking mechanism. There's a little loop type thing right in here in the cocking mechanism. You know, same thing that I found on my Hudson torpedo. So, and even the where you mount this rear sight is very, very similar to the Hudson. So, and this came from Turkey. So this was manufactured in Turkey. So I'm wondering if these are made by Hudson with the Walther name tag on it, just like that. It's an excellent made gun. I want to point out another thing with Hudson. That looks a lot like a Quattro trigger system. The Quattro, whatever they name it. So I've just left it alone. I haven't tried to dial that in any way. Everything about this, in fact, it got shipped in a Hudson box. Yes, it did. I'm serious. So, you know, when I first saw this on the porch, I'm like, wow, did this dude like ship me the wrong thing? Don't think so. But I read several things about it last night and or this morning. I don't remember, because I don't live in time. Time's an illusion. Study quantum physics. Moving right along. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a beast. This thing really just you know, this is a Springer, by the way. This is not a gas piston. And I might try to set the phone down when I do the shooting review back at the table, so you can really hear what this thing sounds like at the table, because it wangs, rings like the Liberty Bell. So again, I wanted to share that with you all and let you look at it. We'll do a backup piece right here. You can see that's a lot of air gun, a lot of air gun. So we'll put together a shooting review real shortly. I'm going to go ahead and get this one posted up. I'm happy to say that I noticed the other day that I broke 803 subscribers, and I want to thank everybody for your input, even the not so good, because I take that as constructive criticism. Well, I did get into it with one guy, but we walked away good on it. But I do all this on my cell phone. I'm not backed by anybody. I don't ask for donations of any kind. I've made that clear from the beginning. I just do it because I enjoy doing it. I love air guns. I have all kinds, old ones, new ones, cheap ones, expensive ones, or as far as I'm concerned, expensive. And I really appreciate everybody for your subscriptions and your input. So, if you want to help out, you can hit the like and subscribe button. I never thought I would say that, but it kind of helps out the matrix or numbers or whatever it is. And but really, I do this just because I enjoy doing it, and I like getting it out to fellow air gunners or those of that following. So that being said, as I always say, that's how we do it at the Frying Pan Ranch, and we will set up some stuff. We've had some very torrential weather around the area, so I had to kind of change my clothes. Where I'm going to do this at is kind of flooded, so I'm going to have to be careful getting back to target and careful getting back out. But we're going to put it together. Excuse me. Get you shooting review rolling. I'll get this one posted. I'll get that set up, and then we will be back with you in just a minute. Later.